Howdy folks, welcome back to another episode of something. Today we're talking about another additive in your food, common artificial food dyes, such as yellow 6, red 40 and the like, the ins and outs, ups and downs. Pay attention, as this video might have some interesting nuggets of information that you might want to glean for your personal treasure chest. These artificial synthetic dyes have been linked to hyperactivity, aka ADHD, symptoms in children and promoting cancer growth. Let's talk about it. Traditional dyes that have been used are things like natural beet juice, extracted from the beet root, pretty tasty stuff there, or the ginger cousin turmeric for that yellowish tint, or that golden milk that might be the new craze now. Anyways, we prefer those natural alternatives to these synthetic dyes. But since we're talking about those synthetic dyes, let's talk about some of those ins and outs and ups and downs, or mainly downs in this case. Why are these synthetic dyes used? Well, it improves texture and appearance, because a lot of these processed foods prevents cut fruits and vegetables from turning brown. And for kids' foods, bright colors are used to attract their attention and make foods appear more fun. What's fun about ADHD and cancer? That's a negative for me, Ghost Rider.
Tower, this is Ghost Rider requesting a flyby.
Negative, Ghost Rider, the pattern is full.
Where these synthetic colors are found? Well, a lot of this processed food, like these Twizzlers or M&Ms, a couple different examples, this orange soda, but they can also be in oranges at the supermarket, different cereals, candies, sports drinks, you name it. These colors can be lurking in plain sight. Why might you want to avoid this? Well, some of our fellow Brits, our British brethren from across the pond, conducted a study, and that showed that children fed the synthetic food dyes in like their lemonade or orange juice, whatever have you, for the test. They found that hyperactivity symptoms and ADHD symptoms were greater in those kids without the artificial food dyes. This study directly correlates with a couple done at Columbia University and Harvard University, which showed that when artificial food dyes were removed, ADHD symptoms went down in the children already diagnosed with that said disease and disorder. Interesting stuff. What has this research led to? Well, in 2010, the UK wasn't so concerned about Brexit. What has this research led to? Well, back in 2010, 2010, led the government to have guys, locally at least, such as Kraft, Coca-Cola, and Walmart, put warning labels on their product, which states that the foods containing these colorings or synthetic food colorings and synthetic dyes may lead to adverse effect in activity and attention disorders in children. Interesting stuff. And due to government recommendations and high consumer demand and recommendations, these said manufacturers, at least in a localized area, removed artificial colorings and dyes from those products. Interesting stuff. If you guys are looking to buy some oranges, and you're not in the state of California or Arizona, pay attention, you fellow Floridians. Or those buying oranges from Florida, your oranges could be contaminated or dyed with a dye called citrus number 2, which in fact, by the International Agency for Research on Cancer, states citrus number 2 as a class B carcinogen. So that means it's caused cancer in mice. Ratatouille, beware if you're cooking with Florida oranges. And it's possibly carcinogenic to humans. Hashtag Mad Hatters. Where can you avoid this stuff? Your natural grocers, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Sprouts, your local food co-op, if you're so hashtag blessed have a local farmer's market. I'm sure those guys aren't using synthetic dyes and colorings or citrus number 2. There's options around this, or you could cook at home. Feed Junior some oatmeal instead of these cherries and berries. Unless he likes that sort of thing. That's why they're kids, right? They don't always make the best decisions. Just look at yours truly. Yuck. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Do your own research. Don't just believe me, because I did some research. So if you're too snooty to believe my research, do your own research. Hashtag Google it. But I think this stuff was interesting enough to eliminate from our diets, because we're hyperactive enough without these colors. Thanks for watching. Guys, as always, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you like what we're doing here. I'm trying to push out more content. And if you have a food group or kind of nasty-ish ingredient that you want us to check out, drop us a comment down below. Thanks for watching.